Welcome, lovely ladies and gentlemen, to yet another automotive podcast. You didn't ask for it, you certainly don't need it, but we absolutely wanted it, so we brought it to you. Yet another podcast, abbreviation, YAAP, and that is exactly what you're going to be seeing. Yapsters and yappers, welcome to us. Talk dribble about cars. You have my two beautiful co-hosts, James and Charlie. I've said their first names because I've already forgotten their last names. Because who needs to know last names? I am Jack Cavanagh, normally Cav, and we are going to talk about cars. Gents, is there anything you'd like to say to celebrate the launch?
I'm ready to yap away. If you didn't want another automotive podcast, bugger off. This is for us, not for you.
You're absolutely right. I love that. This
and
is
on
for
that,
us.
I'm going to crank me egg. I'm going to get 60 minutes of yapping.
Serious yap time. Let's go.
Right, let's go.
Topical as ever.
Without further ado.
Oh yeah, sorry, Spotcast people. There will be a Spotcast next week. Don't worry. We've not deleted the Spotcast off the face of the planet.
Taken over.
Yes.
Should we just get stuck right into it?
Let's stick our fingers in it, mate. I'll start. We've got the 849. Setting the tone and starting off as topical as possible for a story that maybe was interesting about 2 weeks ago. Ferrari have announced the... Can you all see the notes? Can you guess what the name is? Because I always forget the number. Just the 849?
849.
849. Testarossa. And everyone's very angry and very upset about a car that they can't afford or will never buy.
Well said.
What do you lads... Where are you thinking on this?
Go on, Cav.
I'm not old enough to care about the original Testarossa, so the name has no value to me. I know it's meant to have the side stripes. Cool. It doesn't. Build a bridge. I think it's shock and awe. It's shock and awe, and that's what a Ferrari should do. That's what Lamborghini have done better for the last decade. But this thing is sensational. I love that F80 stripe on the front. I'm okay with it.
I see. On your point, I disagree. I think Ferrari have done a better job of shock and awe than Lamborghini have done in the last 5 years.
Fair.
I think, I really do think.
We are talking about this.
Yeah.
We talk about Lamborghinis as well.
No, exactly that. But James, what about you?
I think the name, I understand it, but it would have been nice if it was a bit more of a sort of hark back to the 512 TR. I understand that it's based on the rear. It's the 512S, which was originally called the Testarossa or something along those lines. I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay. I couldn't find any connection with the Testarossa name in this car, but what you're talking about, I'm going to get a picture up, is this fella here, which is clearly where Ferrari have got this styling from.
The rear quarters,
Yeah, and we've got these strakes here as well. On the Testarossa thing, you saying you're not old enough for the whole Testarossa name.
Yeah.
We're forgetting that to actually be old enough for the real Testarossa name, you'd have to be about 120 years old because the old Testarossa is this bloody thing. And the thing that's got me with this is I reckon back in the day when the 80s Testarossa came out, all the old boys were like, why has it not got this front on it? And in 30 years... When another Testarossa comes out, we're all going to be like, where's the black stripe down the side? Where's the fins?
Yes.
And this is the thing Ferrari always does. Their names don't hark back in the way other names hark back. It's not like Lamborghini coming out with a Gallardo replacement and calling it the Miura. They sort of chuck these names at things and then they become that thing. Yes, Testarossa means strakes to people at the moment, but it didn't always mean that.
And when you're a Italian OEM, there are only an amount of words that you can use. So you have to recycle some of them because you'll run out. The only caveat to using a previous name is when it's not allowed is if you're Ford and you bring back the Capri. And it has not even. I don't care about the Ford Capri of yesteryear. I certainly don't care about this one. But to go from a rear-wheel drive wannabe American thing, and then all of a sudden it becomes a very, very boring washing machine family bus EV, not allowed.
It's not. They're not doing the same thing here. It's not the same as the Ford situation.
It's still cool.
But people are reacting like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. I showed my dad a picture of that Ford. He owns a Capri. So he's a man who spent a lot of time looking at the Capri, and I said, "What do you think this car is called?" No. When I told him, he was quite upset. He was like, "Oh, I can't believe it."
But the funny point actually that goes back to the weird sort of nature of the way Ferrari are naming things at the moment is if you showed someone this and they really knew, they would say 512S or something of the sort. But I reckon if you showed someone this, they'd say Testarossa. They'd say Testarossa at that because you've got the strikes on it.
Yes.
Whereas Ferrari are just not playing that game. They're not trying to do this like, oh, this is what that name means. The name means its own thing for each generation, and it always will do.
That looks so much better, in my opinion.
That thing is incredible.
Does.
Yeah.
That thing looks much, much better. It is a shame that if they've used this name, they haven't put a flat 12 or a V12 in it.
That's another thing. It's not going to happen.
They do have it.
Yeah, they do.
We know that they have it,
but
they're just not putting it in there, which is a shame.
And that's another thing is, I can't remember who said it. It might have been Autocar. They called it an F80, an F80 consolation prize. Because I know some people that have bought the F80 and it was a bloody bloodbath to get one. So this is sort of, because the SF90 didn't sell because it's a, £500,000 car that looks like a £200,000 car. No one's interested in the SF90. This is sort of, it's not for us. It's like, but what I don't get, the Temerario is 1,000 brake horsepower. This isn't much more than 1,000 brake horsepower, and the Temerario is going to be half the price. So I don't really understand where this fits in the market, the same way the SF90 didn't really make any sense.
This is for people to spend some money on the promise that they're going to get the next special edition.
Exactly.
Ferrari don't give a shit who's buying it.
Ferrari know what they're bloody doing. They're a money printing business. They make bugger all cars, and they make more money than some large manufacturers do. They have a very, very clever business model. But again, I think this thing looks wicked. I really like the styling on this. What I photoshopped this. I think it looks so much better if you get that lip in carbon. It shows off the lines completely different for me.
And again.
So that's for the Ferrari press image. That's mine.
What's their sort of luxury package called where you can spec your car and add another
tailor-made? Is it tailor-made?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's tailor-made.
I was reading on their website that if you pick that, then you can pick extra carbon accents. Possibly that is an option. I personally won't be picking it when I put in my order.
Yeah.
How much do you think it's going to be?
So they haven't said. I can imagine it's £500,000.
Yeah, feels right.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
So is this a flagship? So this is one down from a flagship.
Yeah. So they've got a really confusing lineup at the moment. They've got really confusing. So you've got the 296 GTB, which is the V6 one, but then the F8 Tributo isn't part of that lineage. I don't know where that fits in, because it's 360, 430, 458, 488, 296. The F8's not in that lineup, even though that doesn't make any sense to me. Then you've got the 812, which the 812 existing makes this car completely pointless to me because it's got a V12 in it. And this isn't. I don't. Cav, was it you? Were you with me at Goodwood when the F80 drove past and we missed it because it didn't make any noise? It might have been the pair of you. It would have been
all of us.
Yeah.
It sounded like a kind of airy fart.
Yeah, and so this is a V8. This is a V8
that's
at least.
Cool.
But is it hybrid? I think it must be hybrid. It's 1,000 horsepower from a V8.
It has a tiny little motor. Also, it has something called 5. I don't know if you've seen this.
5?
Stands for Ferrari Integrated Vehicle Estimator. And basically what
it's a little bloke in the back with a notepad working out.
So as you're slowing down for a fast corner...
Oh, is this where you hold the paddle?
No. It just does it all itself, and it basically guesses what's going to happen next, so it can prep the car, all of the innards and everything.
Innards.
I just read it on their website, and it went over my head.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that's quite.
There's some cool tech in these new cars. I was lucky enough. John Marquardt off of Driven took me out in what is it called? Delice Cylindre or whatever the
Dolce Cylindre.
shit name. Everyone has just forgot how to name cars, by the way. Lamborghini did Revuelto, and then we're like, that's a cool name. We'll never name a cool car again. And Temerario, Ferrari, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, and you could hold the downshift pedal, and it would change down appropriately as you approach the corner. So like you would manual shift to whatever gear, and then as you can focus on braking and hold the downshift, and then it would just downshift how you would for that corner.
You're
That's
one
cheating.
click away from just being an automatic.
Yeah, you just press and hold. Yeah.
Hold on, we've gone from full fat, boom, 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 to please work this out for me.
Yeah.
Just keep clicking until it won't let you click anymore.
Yeah, it's an interesting way that cars are going, but that's what they need to do. They're going to have to make them interesting in different ways because it's not going to be noise or cylinders anymore.
But why couldn't they just put a V12 in that? Imagine that.
Yeah, but I guess that steps on. No, because it doesn't step on the F80 because the F80's not got a bloody V12 in it.
Surely that's the job of the 12 cylinder, the Dolce Cylindri.
True.
Yeah.
That's
That's
kind
still
of
current
like
styling.
big Tourer, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but it's not
Yeah,
mid-engined. Like,
True.
But-
Fair.
10 years ago, or more than 10 years ago now,
This is the last
LaFerrari.
V12.
yeah,
No, well, the LaFerrari, that was a hybrid and a V12, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. Well, that's where
What's going on?
the
Hold
SP3 comes into it. People forget the SP3 is a naturally aspirated, non-hybrid V12. Like,
Okay, true. But how much is the SP3?
oh mate, go on Auto Trader, set it to high to low for the entire site, and it's 4 SP3s at like 4 million quid. Like they're the car everyone's after at the moment because it's a naturally aspirated V12, and I don't think F80 owners are going to be very happy when the F90 has got a V12 in it again.
Remember on Top Gear when James May bought the 458 Speciale, and then they just after they announced what was the newer model?
488.
That's it. Thank you. And then Clarkson was like, "Imagine if you've just bought a 458."
Was that not the 430 when the 458 was announced? Because he had the
Yes.
Honestly,
Fair,
it
might
might
be.
have been that.
because he had
or
the silver
both of them.
430, and then they moved to the
true.
458. That's when they took
Was
the piss
it?
out of
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
But he now has. I think he's still got the Speciale. What a lot of people consider the peak Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Yeah, I don't like the styling though. I think the 458
I prefer
Speciale
the
looks
Pista.
terrible. Yeah, 488 Pista looks gorgeous. Yeah, 100%. Any more points have we tested a lot? Oh, the only other point. Testarossa means redhead, right? It means like red top engine.
Tops of the engine.
Yeah. The engine is going to be so bloody low in this, you're not going to be able to see it. It's like Gordon Murray made a bloody engine window and you can't see it because it's so deep in the engine bay. You're not going to be able to bloody see it anyway.
Hold on a minute. Testarossa means red top, which
Yeah.
is the best engine conversion for a Corsa B. So maybe Ferrari is giving a little doff of the hat to Luton there. Big up the Vauxhalls.
Yeah, the next Ferrari, the Ferrari K series will be...
I love it.
right, should we
One
move on
last
to...
point.
Oh yeah, go on.
One
go
last
on.
point. I saw on the Top Gear website that they said that the Revuelto, and the Valkyrie are the three, whatever you want to call them, the
Holy Trinity.
nearly
of-
high.
Stop trying to make that happen. It's...
No. Apart from the Valkyrie, which is obviously the best option, would you rather have this or the Revuelto?
Revuelto.
Yeah, Revuelto's got V12 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the Revuelto just looks mental. I think they've managed to...
Horny.
Yeah, I think they've managed to live up. They had to replace the thing with the Lambo thing is they keep getting crazier and crazier. They had this with the Hurricane. They had to you have to replace the craziest one, so they had to replace the SVJ, and that's a hard act to follow. And I think they managed to do it. And I think the SVJ is going to remain very special because it got in before dual clutch, it got in before hybrids, it got in before all of the particulate bollocks. Like it's a pre-ULEZ car basically. And now the Revuelto is. Yeah, for sure. I think the same is true for like the Ferraris of that era, like the 458 Speciale. That's going to be £1 million car for sure.
The only thing
day.
that I would love to hear sooner rather than later is a Revuelto with a straight through exhaust, because
Matt
why
Armstrong.
wouldn't that sound as mega as an SVJ?
Yeah. Have you not heard the ones with the Gintani on it?
No, I haven't.
Oh mate.
Okay,
No.
cool.
Yeah, they've done it already. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Mega.
It
I will
doesn't
tune in.
sound as good because I don't think it's as high compression. I might be wrong.
Fair.
But because when they introduced hybrid, no, sorry, it is higher compression because hybrids are quite high compression. I don't know. Let's move on before I say something embarrassing.
Cool.
What have we all been up to in car things this week? Before we do some more car news, let's talk about us.
Let's be narcissistic.
Yes.
Personally, I've just been getting ready for this. Like I've really, I've spent a lot of time thinking, I just can't wait. I just can't wait to start a podcast. A lot of brain power, positive brain power about this, and
That's good.
thinking of ideas. But I wanted to let the first one just sort of be, see how it takes us. But yeah, lots of ideas and yeah, just a lot of excitement really for something new.
Agreed. First time on camera for me. Oh, well, actually, no,
That's
I
okay.
was on the Spotcast once, so you know, it's an absolute privilege.
Clapping. Oh, I have a question about your clap because
Everyone was having a bloody issue with my clapping.
I will put. Yeah, what is going on with this? Because I didn't notice it. I edited that video. I must have seen you clap like 25 times. And then someone commented. I was like, what's the problem with the clap? And then this
I saw the comment as well. I don't know. It just feels a bit more sort of formal.
I guess
rather
the
than just
person
that,
can
like
see. Yeah.
Well,
I can
hey,
see that. Whatever.
If I clap wrong, then I can only apologise, guys.
It's just rolling over at night.
You cannot clap wrong. Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
You can clap backwards.
One hand clap.
One hand clap.
Very good.
Yeah, so is that
Charles,
all
what
you've
about
done? It's been busy. It's been really, really busy. We did Merlin's Selfridges meet,
Yes.
which was bloody incredible. You were there at that, Cav.
What a cool
F50,
guy.
just casually parked. Merlin is just constantly, every time you go to a Merlin event at the Duke of London or wherever it is, his book of contacts is incredible. The amount of like people that show up, we were talking about the amount of cash. Like that you show up and there's an F50 parked up. Last time there was a 250 short wheelbase California. And this time Neil Clifford shows up in a 512 BB, followed by JK in his SE30 purple 355. That is the sort of, my parents heard about that, and my parents aren't online like that. They were like, "Oh, did you see JK's Ferrari?" I'm like, "How do you know about that?" Yeah,
That
so
was
that was
big
crazy.
news, wasn't it? You're right.
Yeah, that got about really quick with his dodgy number plate as well. JK, I'm gonna have a word with the DVLA. You can't be doing the. Come on, mate. How many cars do you own? And you're putting a little black dot so it says.
It might be worth saying snitches do get stitches.
And then what else? Again, Duke of London yesterday. No, not yesterday. Saturday. They did their car and a thing with Bentley, who have collaborated with Joe and the Juice. Have you heard about this? You know Joe and the Juice off of Juice and Sandwiches.
Yeah, and I'm being a bit of a dick for a moment.
Yeah.
If they're trying to reposition to a younger crowd, Joe and the Juice 5 years ago, I'd have got, fair play, but it's not the most current thing that they could have strapped into.
What's going on there?
Oh, it's the Joe and the B.
Joe and the B.
Joe and the Beetlejuice.
Joe and the Beetlejuice, and it's you can't see it. It's green and pink. It's green and pink.
Lovely colours. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. The Bentley people are lovely. Me and Cav are going to be at Bentley soon. Bentley were visibly concerned about me bringing Cav. They were like, he's quite cheeky. Is he going to be on his best behaviour?
No. No, I will be.
But we decided against going in a Rolls Royce, so that's good.
Should we take the Jaguar?
I think we should take the Jaguar. What Jaguar is it? Is it an XF or an XJ?
XJ, X3.
XJ. Ooh, those are growing on me. Those are really growing on me. I used to not like them at all, especially the long wheelbase ones. A long wheelbase XJ.
Yes. Agreed.
Do you know why they look so good? This is a real Did you know Tame Impala is just one person? They designed the long wheelbase first and then shortened it for the. So that's why it looks so good. That is bloody gorgeous.
One of those with a supercharged, was it a 5 litre supercharged
V8? Yeah.
That's like ultimate drug dealer car.
Yeah.
Ultimate drug dealer.
The fella that runs Gasoline Juice in Northampton has got an imported XF that is, because in America they sold them with a supercharger with 4-wheel drive. So he's got it imported. So he's got a left-hand drive, 4-wheel drive V8 XF. What's the thing? Pretty cool. And yeah, I've just given back that Caterham as well. I had a Caterham 360S, which was just nuts.
Great colour on that.
Fantastic colour. It was an Alfa Romeo colour. Shout out to Jack at Caterham for picking the colour. Only one in the world in that colour. Very, very nice. Real head turner. I genuinely thought I'd blend in. I don't know why. I just think Caterham's go under the radar a bit because I ignore Caterham's a bit. I think they're just one of those cars. They're like Golf GTIs. They sort of just blend in and now after you've seen like 400 of them.
Bold statement inbound. Go to a track day. The Caterham owners, whilst they are fast, do think it's their track day. And they are bullies. And you're like, fella,
really?
Whilst you have got some miles an hour on me in the corners, you do also need to let me past in the straights.
Yes. And they don't do speed. They don't do top speed. They do not.
And fair enough. Do you mean it's not? I get it. Like there's always got to be a trade-off. To be that light, you've got to have a small capacity engine. But they come past you like you're going backwards in the corners. Cool. But now it's my turn, and they're like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't really work like that.
Why didn't you mention, Charlie, that when we were at a fuel station, an old boy in was it a Westfield?
Yes, it was like a Super 700, like the old ones with the really long wheel arches on it. 40-year-old car. They don't look much different.
No, not at all.
It's great that they've we're so lucky. I was saying this to the Caterham guys. The Caterham, since the start, since Colin Chapman was making them, have been up against legislation. And they're still fighting to survive. They told me they are 1 decibel off the noise limit. And because like a fucking V12 Ferrari, they just whack it in 8th gear and they've got the torque to pull, whereas they need to put it in 3rd and just scream up the limiter. They are a decibel off the noise limit. So support Caterham while they still exist, because I don't know how they're going to adapt to...
It sounded great. It
sounded so good. I wish it was a bit more musical, but it's just a 4-pot Ford engine. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I also wish it popped and banged. I wish it did a little bit on an overrun.
Chav.
Just a little bit.
Chav.
The Ferrari F40 pops and bangs. Ferrari F40 pops and bangs. Yeah. It's when
just put a request in to my mapper. I don't want pops and bangs all the time, but I have asked him that if I am at 6,200 RPM, and I engage the clutch, can you just make it go?
Yeah. I don't want exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't want it on the way down. I just want it to be, if I am full beans, to go bang into the next gear, because that is a cool thing.
Yeah. Because the only thing the Caterham did like that was the limiter. So you like. You're flying, there's a bridge you're about to come under, you have to hit the limiter as you come under the bridge, otherwise you're not getting anything. Whereas if I could just let off and it would like, bang, under the bridge, sorted. But it didn't do that, so you had to hit the limiter. The limiter was fantastic, not that I hit the limiter at all. No, and I can imagine if you pushed it would struggle past 100, but I wouldn't know because I did 77 at most.
Of course you did, officer.
Yeah, officer. James, what have you been up to?
Well, I've just started back at university. Fun.
James is 17 years old. I just wanted to see that.
I am very much a mature student. I just finished a work placement, so I'm back for my final year. So dissertation, lovely stuff. But talking about pops and bangs, in our first seminar, which was last Tuesday, sat in a nice quiet room. Sat in a nice quiet room. It's in the middle of Birmingham, like the centre of Birmingham. Oh my! I have never been such a. Oh, don't! I have never been such a car hater in that 20 minutes.
Yeah.
There was this muppet in. It sounded some Audi, probably an RS3. Yeah. Let's be honest. In black, with black wheels, with black windows. So original, boys. Sat outside of our uni building.
Yeah.
Not even moving. Not no like pools or anything. Just.
Oh, that does my head in. It does my head in.
I felt embarrassed for car culture.
Yeah,
so if that was you at 11 o'clock last Tuesday.
Sorry, 11 o'clock on a Tuesday is crazy.
Please don't do it again. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah. But, if that was you, your dad sells Avon. What are you doing at uni, James?
Excited. So I'm doing business and marketing. So it's like standard. But
ladies, calm down, ladies, please.
Yeah,
He's taken.
I did my placement at Volkswagen Financial Services, so I'm trying to get into the automotive, finance sector, see what's going on. I'm going to write my diss on something in the automotive sector. I won't say what it is because I haven't got a title fully sorted yet.
I have to say there is something that must be very strong about your will and your mental health that you worked at the Volkswagen Financial Department and you are still here to tell the tale.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I had a great time. Shout out everyone at Volkswagen Rent-A-Car. You know who you are. Great times.
I can't get over how big those corporations are. That there's like corporations upon corporations. It's just nauseating.
2,500 people just at VWFS. I think, if I remember correctly.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah, right.
That reminds you of how
surely.
many units they're selling, doesn't it?
Well, trying to sell.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the ID range.
But yeah.
Hey guys, would you like a Golf, but it's worse than the last generation and 10 grand more?
Yes.
Right. Should we move on? Do you want to lead the next one, James or Cav? I don't mind.
James, you go. I introed.
Yeah, sure. If I have it written down right, is it on Koenigsegg and the possibility?
No.
Oh well, I've got Francis Bourgeois first, but we can do we can
forgive
jump
me.
to Koenigsegg.
No. Well, Francis. Shout out Francis. Was it the
K20 swap Jazz?
Yes, I think I have an image
What a
ready to go.
fucking hero.
Yeah, look at this. Come on.
When I saw the video, I had my phone on mute.
Look at it.
It's so good.
When I then turned the audio on, it was fantastic.
The best thing is he's fully restored this. It was like a rot box underneath.
And the colour as well.
Yeah,
Great
and it's
colour.
so nice seeing this sort of like Festival of the Unexceptional level stuff being like full ball restored.
Yeah.
Is so nice. I love it. It feels very well calculated and well timed for slowly prepping the people for Train Man to become Car Man because of the unconfirmed rumours of his.
They feel pretty confirmed.
Involvement.
They're not at all confirmed.
Okay.
They're not at all confirmed. I have asked people very, very involved, and they have told me hypothetically we would find out reasonably soon if it was to happen, but it's not at all confirmed whatsoever.
Okay.
But as you say, perfect blend to get maximum amount of people excited. You've got the oldies, love them, are going to love a Jazz.
Yeah.
You've got the ladies, they're going to love a pink car.
It's his girlfriend's Jazz as well. His girlfriend who has a some sort of mental disability that she can't drive or cognitive issue. So it's her car that he will drive for her because I think she has some sort of undrivable cognitive issue. I'm sure I'm putting that really delicately. But yeah, pretty cool car, pretty cool guy.
And then K20 swapped it for all the petrol heads. Just
Yes,
win.
I'm warming back up to K20 swaps because I spent an entire day at a JDM show at Santa Pod and got bloody sick of the noise K20s make on a drag strip. Because it's just and then they change gear and then it does that noise again in about 2 seconds. But I'm warming back up to them. That one sounded great. I'm very excited for people to find out that of the 3 people that are rumoured to be doing this, he is the biggest petrol head of the lot. He drives around in, I think, a C63 estate.
Cool.
And
right. Just chasing trains.
Massive petrol head.
Does he really?
Massive, huge petrol head.
Shout out, Francis.
Yeah.
I did not realise that.
Yeah, so, and also that bit he did with Chris Harris is probably some of the best car content that has ever come out on YouTube. That train
I still
chasing
haven't
thing.
watched that yet.
Oh, mate, the bit when you see Chris Harris get it when they're alongside the train
I've seen
is
the
so
tidbits,
good. Yeah.
Like his enthusiasm is infectious, and I want that for the Grand Tour.
Yeah, and I think with the Grand Tour as well, I think I was talking to you about this, Cav, that the only barometer people have of this transition is when it went from Top Gear with the trio to Top Gear with Chris Evans, when the BBC rushed to do it as quick as possible and absolutely just laid the foundations for the show to fail in 5 or 6 years or whatever it was. The Grand Tour, we've not had the Grand Tour do the Top Gear format, which is what I'm presuming they're going to be doing for like 3 or 4 years.
Surely not. No.
I can imagine we're going back to the sort of tent thing. I'm also hoping that they can go back to more Top Gear because they treaded really carefully. Like they called Captain Slow Mr. Slowly. They couldn't do like they couldn't even they didn't even dare put magnetic times on a board. They did it with a screen because they were treading so carefully. So I'm hoping because like Top Gear had the formula. It's the same reason the original Cafe the Machine worked so well. Is they just stumbled upon the perfect way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it to be my only concern,
Mm.
and I've spoken about this on the Spotcast, so I won't go into it mad. Unfortunately, even if you have a better product than the original, people love the original so much that it will just be poo-pooed. My only
Nostalgia.
I want it to be so different that it isn't even compared.
Oh, okay.
And don't get me wrong, I love the original format, and I would love to see it back again. But that will be its own death sentence if it tries to be that. So there's a little part of me that thinks call it something else, because then again it's not as good as the old one, because it's a whole new thing. Because they are, bless them boys, they are up against it, even if they're 10 times better. They are so up against it because, and we only.
See, I disagree. I think.
Do you think? Okay.
I think they're set up perfectly to, if they nail it, it's going to be received really well. I think we've had the
love your
break.
Optimism. I want it to be great.
And I think Top Gear, when Top Gear died with the Clarkson Fracas, or whatever you want to call it, was in its stride. It started to show its cracks, but it was still like, we weren't far off from the season with like Tom Cruise. And,
It was fantastic.
it was really still in its stride. And the Grand Tour was really fumbled to being okay. I think the last episode was one of the best things the trio ever did.
Mega.
Like absolutely mega. And I still will not forgive Amazon for leaving Richard Porter off the credits for that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was outrageous.
That's crazy. But I think they're set up for a really good shot at being, and the other lads, James and Thomas, hypothetically speaking, I think they're perfect for it. I think they have not rushed this. They've took their time. I know a fair few people that did the auditions, and that they haven't rushed into this. They've just spent a really long time crafting the right setup, and they've been filming for a while, and they're not rushing into it because they've got the time. And I think it's a money printing machine. The Top Gear beast is a money printing machine. Amazon have managed to get a piece of it, and I don't think they're silly enough to fumble that.
Well, they're in a lovely
talking
position where they can
billions.
just spend their way out of it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
They have unlimited money.
Yeah. So I think we're in for a treat. I really do. I think if they recorded half a season and it was shit, they would scrap it and start again. I don't think we're going to get a bad product. I'm really, really confident this is going to be really good.
I am excited for it not being specials as well.
Yeah, I got so fatigued with the specials.
Oh, I love the specials. Fair enough.
Yeah, but
I loved how it was on Top Gear.
Yes,
it would
they're
be
special.
like 5 or 6 normal episodes,
yeah.
and then you get your big,
Fair.
fantastic.
Your Sunday roast. Yeah.
yeah,
Sunday roast. Well said. I really enjoyed when they're. I know it sounds cringy. When they're talking about the car, not like we are in a car in this country doing this. It was like this is a 30. Yeah, who knows? This is all about the like car itself.
Yeah.
And all the little gags that like went along with it, the track, the like lap times. I found it just personally way more engaging and entertaining. WAYMOE, shout out WAYMOE.
And that recontextualizes the specials when they come along because it's special. It's a break. It's like, ooh, it's the
like
dominoes.
If you see a teacher outside of school, you're like, oh, look at these guys, they're so different.
That's such a good example. Yeah, because if you just saw your geography teacher once every 6 months or whatever it was, it's just some dude. Whereas if you were in geography class once a week and then you see him like on the dance floor or doing karaoke, that's a really good example. It's like takeaway once a month. If you don't eat anything and then eat takeaway once a month, you're going to resent it. But you're right. I got so fatigued over it, just waiting a year and a half and then getting an hour.
And a half, boom, done. Remember that weird French one that they did? They're like French special.
Yeah,
where they
just
talk about
plane.
French cars.
Yeah.
Plane car.
Yeah.
Bit left field. I don't really know what was going on there. It didn't even feel like a full special.
They got really rocky. They've had some really rocky stuff, especially if go back and watch the first season of the Grand Tour. They struggled to find their footing for a while. I feel like some of it was
What do you think of the first ever sequence of the Grand Tour?
Oh God! It made me want to. It made me want to rip my brain stem from the back of my head.
When they're in the 3F type, through the desert.
It's too self-flagellating, or whatever you call it.
Talking about the opening credits.
American.
Sorry.
No.
Very American.
No.
It felt like they had that opening credit had one job, and it was to say, we got so much fucking cash, fuck you, BBC. And it's like, okay, but you fucking wasted it.
Yeah.
Like, this is shit.
Yeah.
I'm cringing.
Yeah, it was crap.
Okay, that's...
Big up Francis, big up the new Grand Tour.
Yeah, really excited.
It needs to be
Let's see
amazing.
what's going on.
Do you want to talk about eggs?
I love boiled, I love scrambled, I love them fried, and I especially like them budget. So, Koenigsegg have suggested.
Well, so CVK, Christian von Koenigsegg mentioned this in a conversation at Goodwood Revival, which was like a month ago now. That's how topical we're being. No, carry on. Sorry, I just wanted to...
No. I was sort of sorry. I got a bit muddled up there. He's suggesting and it's not right to say budget, but a more affordable supercar,
Yes.
a diet. Yeah, not a hypercar.
A diet egg.
Yeah, a diet egg. So probably
Egg
boiled.
white. There you go. Just egg white.
Powdered
Just the
egg.
Rather
white.
than the full egg.
Yeah.
Just the egg white.
And where do we sit on that?
I think it's great. I think Koenigsegg, it's a huge undertaking to go from 300 cars a year, that's just a guess, to whatever production number is a huge undertaking. But I think they could really show up and gouge a thing in the market. But I don't think they can call it Koenigsegg. I don't think they'll be able to call it Koenigsegg. Because you're like, oh mate, a Koenigsegg showed up. That loses all fucking prestige if there's one for like 600k. Because we're forgetting, Koenigsegg is a £3 million car at least.
So even a diet one is going to be Testarossa £500,000.
Yeah,
At a
so-
That's
steal.
exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
£500,000 is
It's still unobtainium.
what they'll lay for, but yeah.
See,
But
I could see them going for like R8 money. I think they could like aim for like Temerario.
I think that will upset the boys' club that have the 5 million quidders too much.
That's why they'd have to be a different name. I think like call them Yescos. Like give them a different name.
Call them the eggs.
Yeah, like
Eggs.
they've got that. They've got that like ghost symbol that they use. What is it? Koenig, because that is part of
the ghost is a sick logo.
So if they
is
call them
cool.
ghosts,
Yes.
something like that.
Call it Casper.
So Casper. Yes, Casper. There you go.
'Cause it's the budget-friendly.
There you go.
I think if they
This fella.
prove yes, if they can prove that they can make a budget Koenigsegg, whatever it's called,
Like
this
Revuelto.
will-
I think Revuelto money is what.
this will prove that they are the goats.
Oh yeah,
Automotive everything.
in line with GMA.
can-
They're the only interesting thing, like really interesting car company. GMA and Koenigsegg for me right now.
Yeah. No, it's scary though. The Agera came out 10 years ago.
We don't talk about that. It's fine. But see, I've been trying to picture what this would look like in my head, not physically. I don't know what the fuck it would look like. Their styling is fantastic. Whatever they do, if they can hark back to the older Koenigsegg styling, like they did with the CC8S.
Oh yes.
Is it
that's such a
CC?
cool
What was it?
car.
CC8S was the original. What's the new one
Is
called?
it the CC
800?
something like that with the manual and automatic?
Let me Google it. I want it CC850. That's it. So one of these, like this sort of styling, like a baby version of these. I do think they need to call it something else. I don't think they can call it a Koenigsegg because, like I said, I've got a Koenigsegg means I've spent £3 million fucking pounds on it. I could have bought an island, but I bought a car. And
Do you
I
think they'll keep? Sorry, go on.
no.
Do you think they'll keep the same power units?
So this is okay. This is where I was going to go. They have a 600 horsepower inline 3 that they're not using currently. I think that paired with a hybrid and then manual gearbox.
A hatchback Koenigsegg. Yes. It's just like a little Yaris.
But I'm thinking like R8 sized. I think it would be R8 sized. Maybe go with GMA and go like Cayman sized. Revuelto money. 600 to 800 brake horsepower, manual, 3-cylinder, I think is like where they come in. Because I think if you come out with a V8, you're going to piss off your clientele that have spent £3 million on V8s. I think if you come in with a V6, that's fucking boring. Everyone's doing V6s and we don't like it. But if you go the whole other way and they're like inline 3 that does 600 brake horsepower, because they were going to use that in the Gamera, and they haven't used it. They've put a V8 in it. So they have a three-cylinder power plant, and he's obviously, he only mentioned this in passing, but like I could really see a place in the market for this car, especially with the R8 leaving and the Temerario being, I don't know, loads of people are driving all the press people have got the Temerario this weekend, so I don't know what the response is going to be, but I just think it looks. Well, I think it's Cav. You said it looks like a fucking die-cast like Wish model.
Let's get a fresh picture up.
So Temerario. Let me try and spell Temerario. I'm going to show you what I've typed here. Temerario. Like, what is that? Why has that got past the design phase? Like, that looks dog doo-doo. Like,
no, I fucking love it.
Really? I think it's
horny.
fucking terrible.
Wait,
I don't love the front. Sorry, I don't love the front because the Hurricane is a prettier car.
Yeah.
But the back, how much of the tyre you can see at the back? Yes.
That is cool, but
You know
when it's
what?
like the 3/4, I think it looks so out of whack. Like, that does not look right.
It needs to be lower, doesn't it?
Yeah. But again, I think we need to bring back super injunctions, and you shouldn't be allowed to talk about a car until you've seen it in person. Because it's
and
like...
that's a little bit where I'm at with the Koenigsegg thing, because I have got a... I do not mean this in a negative way at all. I've never really connected or cared that much about Koenigsegg because they are so unobtainium. They are just
agreed
over
completely.
there. They're
Agreed
mega,
completely.
they're cool, but fine. Somebody else can talk about them. And while I don't have that same passion for the Koenigsegg, I don't know where I sit on the cheaper version, because I feel like they're going to have to do something pretty revolutionary to be in with a shout of beating Ferrari and Lamborghini, because they're going to be in their world. Or, as you say, if they're going to be sub 6 figures, it's going to have to be pretty mega compared to the GT4. And the GT4 has been practicing for years at being the best at that 75 to 90 grand thing.
do you think they would do that? Do you think they would go to like... Because the GT4 is not going to exist for a while, because they're going in EV. But I guess we're talking like the better part of a decade before we see
This could be
these
10
things.
years time, yeah.
Fair. I don't know where... If all right, there might be a bit of a gap in the market for 750,000, but again, that's still unobtainium. That's all right. Yes, cheaper than their previous products, but don't care because I still can't afford one.
Yeah, but there's like 500 more billionaires than there were like 2 years ago. Like, the clientele is growing.
Well said.
Yeah.
Like the person.
To be fair, if this pod pops off, then maybe we are.
Get one each. You get one each.
Yeah, it's just like people just chucking money, buying the entire Ferrari fleet. I was talking to someone the other day that joined the Ferrari Challenge Series 5 weekends at like 100k a pop just to get to the top of the F80 list, and then that's 2.5 million before options. Like, it's just a different realm here.
How much are Enzo's going for?
This is the thing.
Just go and buy an
F40,
Enzo, mate.
Buy an Enzo.
Yeah.
Buy an F50 if you feel like it. Like, I do not get buying, like, it's like I'm getting an RS3 on test next week, 72 grand. I would buy...
How crazy.
That's
Oh, my God.
Buy an E60 M5, and when it breaks, buy a fucking new E60 M5. You can do that 4 times, and you've still got change. I don't get it.
I feel like that is where money overtakes taste.
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah.
want to call car taste. You have gone for the most expensive, newest, shiniest thing, rather than spending considerably less money and getting a much more interesting, cooler car.
Yeah.
Yes, it might not be as quick or get as many looks from other billionaires.
Yeah.
But come on, who cares?
I also have to
This is
say,
coming from somebody who doesn't own one.
Christian von Koenigsegg is again up there with Gordon Murray with the coolest people in the automotive industry.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, real fucking
Very
cool.
cool.
And he looks like an egg. Koenigsegg.
Top tier bald man.
Yeah.
He's a top tier
Yes,
bald man.
yeah, absolutely. And Mate Rimac, he's cool too.
Yes, he's very cool. Did you see?
I love the fact that he's first. Sorry, James.
Go on.
I know his name is Mate, but it just says mate, doesn't it?
Mate Rimac, yeah, Mate
What a
Rimac.
name.
Did you see? I just saw it earlier
Yes,
on
Mate Rimac.
Instagram. The the CEO of Bugatti,
Yeah.
his personal car collection.
Yeah, that's Mate Rimac. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, no,
insane.
It's like actual like enthusiast cars.
Yeah.
Like he dailies a Mark 5 GTI on occasion. Like
he had a blue
yeah, there you go,
R32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And
Isn't that
he
the
started
M3
off.
hero?
He started off electric converting E30s, and now he owns Bugatti.
That's so cool. How much did he buy it for?
I don't think he bought it. I think he was appointed.
What,
I don't know how it
given it?
works. I don't know how it works. But yeah, cool guy. Really inspirational guy. Can't be much older than me.
No.
Wanker.
Is he Czech?
Oh, 37. Romanian.
Czech, Romanian?
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Oh wow, okay.
Rimac is... I don't know where Rimac is from. Let me find out. A company that was very nearly bankrupt by Richard Hammond, may I remind you.
God,
Croatia.
yeah, of course.
Croatia.
Croatia?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
I still can't believe Richard Hammond threw that car off a fucking mountain and
He didn't
survived.
even try and brake, I swear.
No, he just stopped paying attention. It's just, yeah, what a bloke. Yeah, what a bloke. Right, what were we, so I asked for a question. I thought we should get someone in the audience to ask us a question. And where is the question? Hold on. What we've been up to, Koenigsegg. Hey, use your submitted question. So Bevan Smith UK on Instagram says,
Big up, Bevan.
with the shift towards EVs and the like, is car culture endangered or will it evolve?
It will just change.
Yeah,
It will
I think
evolve,
it's just
definitely 1,000,000%.
yeah.
To my own interpretation of this, I'm doing a lot of miles at the minute, and limited company, heavy incentives towards EV. I found myself looking at take-hands, and because there is such a huge incentive to get them in tax relief, I get why a lot of people have them. But I will never get rid of my non-EV just because I've got one. So I will always have the 46. I will always have the M2. But there might also be an electric thing in there for just hooning miles. I just need it to have a good sound system and a great range. And they're getting there now. So I don't think
Polestar's been doing it for a while. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. But as I say, if it's your only car, then you're missing out. But if it's in addition...
30 grand for a Taycan. That's crazy.
No.
What did these retail at? Like 120? Something
and
crazy,
some.
right?
If you could spec them up to 145 middle of COVID.
What?
This
But
is
the
all
only
lease
negative
deals,
is
isn't it?
the version 1 on the 20 to 80% charge, you're only getting 150 to 180 miles. That's not enough.
ridiculous.
Whereas
That's
the V2, you're getting more like 300 on that
I
for
just don't-
80% range.
I don't enjoy them. I've not enjoyed a Taycan. I have never not enjoyed them at all. That whole platform, like the e-tron GT as well, it's just boring. It doesn't do it for me.
I do like an e-tron GT.
It's just
I
quick,
think they're
and
pretty
it's
cool.
then it throws you back in the seat. Then you do 90 miles an hour in a 60, and it feels like you're doing 10. It's just not interesting for me.
I was going up the M1 and coming the other way was probably just by chance. 2 identically spec'd Porsches. Taycan followed immediately by a Panamera.
Those Panameras look so good.
Panamera looked
it's so
considerably
good.
better.
Yeah.
Considerably better.
But and I'm geeking out on you for a second, the Panamera is only a hybrid. The range on it is sub 30 miles. So you're still paying 10% benefit in kind. So you're going to pay an extra 10 grand in tax, personal tax on that. Whereas the Taycan, you're spending about 1,500 quid in tax. And going back to what you just said, Charlie, I respect what you're saying, but if I'm just doing 80 mile an hour, I don't care if it's fast. I'm just doing 80 mile an hour. And then I'm driving home to my M2, which does all the things that I want to, or the 46. So all I need, and the other one that turns me on a little bit, and I hate to say it, but BMW's next generation of electric cars, they're talking 500 mile range. That's my house to the Nürburgring in one charge. I can't even do that with a tank of petrol.
Yeah, that is impressive.
So if I leave my car there, I can waft very quickly to the ring.
What the fuck are you doing with an electric BMW at the Nürburgring?
I'm leaving my M2
He's
there.
leaving his car
I'm
at-
lapping the M2,
okay.
and then I'm
Yeah.
wafting home very, very quickly.
Yeah, true.
Because I despise the argument that electric car owners make about charging. Oh, you go, you just get a coffee and have a piss and you're on your road. No. I'm putting fuel in, I'm buying the coffee and I'm drinking it in the car. I don't want to be any more than 5 minutes at that service station. You're not
remember-
having that argument.
Back when I used to do trade plate driving, and I would pick up a car, it's on 5 miles. I'd drive it to a petrol station, I'd fill it up, and I'd drive home. If I got an electric car on 10%, it would add 2 hours to my journey because I would have to spend 25 minutes finding a charging station, 25 minutes trying to work out how to plug the bloody thing in.
They never work anymore.
Then I would plug it in, and it'd be charging at like 5 miles an hour, and then 2 fucking Tesla Model Ys show up, and then it drops down to 2 miles an hour and increases my charge time for another, because they're all sharing the same bloody plug socket. It's just wank. It's so wank. It's terrible. And I have been driven around. I was lucky enough. I was driven around Brands Hatch in an electric car at full chat, and I genuinely could have had a nap. They just don't do it for me. One of the new Hyundais. I couldn't even tell you what it was.
Yeah.
I think car culture will evolve. I think electric cars are going to get more interesting. Like Porsche are about to introduce charging, like garage floor charging. I think once they work out that they need to start faking engine noises in everything, they're going to get more interesting. Just fake it. Just make it feel like it's a V8 and I'll be happy. Make it change gear. Seriously, it's all you need to do. Because Audis do it now. You can put it in comfort. You've got an engine, put it in comfort mode. It's quiet. It's like you've not got an engine. You put it in angry mode or autobar mode or whatever, Nürburgring mode, and then it's shouty and it's loud and it pumps fake noise in. Just do that with an electric car. Yeah. Put a vibrator in it so it feels like there's a crank spinning. Let me go, all right, V12. We're going to be on the autobahn for 20 minutes. V12 mode. Sounds like I've got a V12 behind me. And then, all right, we're going down this country road. Let me put it in a V8 in front of me. Like, you can do that. You've got a blank canvas.
Yeah. I got in my cousin's 330E.
Yeah.
Brand new 330E.
They're rapid. They're so quick.
First of all, blew me away at how quick it was. I was like, oh my God, like Jesus Christ.
Good fun to drive.
Also, the noise, if I'm being honest, when it was playing, I forgot that they pumped it in.
It's so funny.
And for 2 minutes, in blissful ignorance, I was like, oh, sounds good.
And then you roll the window down, it gets quieter.
Yeah. And then he was then just like, yeah, by the way, this is pumped
All
in.
pumped in.
And then it kind of ruined it for me. But then it's also like, well,
the
as
thing
you
is,
said,
they've been pumping it in for like 15 years. When they went from the V10 to the V8 M5, they were pumping in audio in that car.
Really?
Yeah, they've been doing it for ages. Like, people just now getting a problem with it. I think with the culture thing, I think manual cars like M140i's and Golf R's are really, really going to take on a different meaning in 20 years. Like, the current, like, oh, that's boring, why have you got that? Get something older. Like, the last M40i with a manual and the last, like, got 3-door Golf R with a manual is going to be a really special car in, like, 25 years. Like, a really special car.
Also, if in, 10, 15 years, we are still going to have ICE cars, just like normal and just, they are still going to be around. So if you really, they are going to be around.
Yeah, but I think
they can't just wipe them off the face of the earth.
But I think in about 50,
I'm
thinking about 50 years, the cars that I like the 80s and 90s stuff, people like me aren't going to be able to afford. Because everything that's 25 years old now is going to be 75 years old, and they're going to be rotted away unless they're like concourse spec, and they'll be like 10 times the price we pay for them now. Like, I do think car culture as we know it will be dead in like 50 to 75 years.
We'll be dead by then as well. So it's fine.
Exactly, yeah, but it will die with us. I don't think that there's going to be, there's like 250 Mark 1 LR2s in the road in England at the moment. 50 years, there's not going to be 50, is there? Like,
what car, sorry?
Mark 1 MR2.
Okay.
And like, stuff like that. Like, the MGB will have a bit of longer life because they made more of them over here, but there's not going to be more than 200 in like 75 years, is there? Like,
will there not just be all these companies that will just make a brand new version? Yes, it will probably have to be
a resto mod
electric car, but this 150-year-old MGB from back 3 or 4 generations ago, we can just make a car that just looks exactly like it.
Yeah,
probably sounds exactly like it, feels exactly like it, but it just has to be electric.
Yeah, but who's going to buy that? It's going to be 250 grand. Like,
money will be gone by then. Don't. We're gonna
I
be in a
want
different
Singer
realm.
to make E46 M3s in like 50 years'
I
time.
want Singer to stop fucking cutting up nice Porsches. I can barely fucking afford a 930 turbo, and they're just cutting them into pieces and then selling them for 2 million quid. Build your own fucking chassis, Singer. Stop cutting up the stuff we can barely afford. Literally, an old G-Series chassis is like 50k. They were 2.5 grand 20 years ago. They're 50k now. Singer takes one off the market, sells for 2 million quid. The market goes up another grand. Then they do it again and again and again. They're going to be 150 grand. Singer will be selling them for 2.5 million. There'll be no fucking Porsches left. I get really pissed off with it, like this resto mod stuff. This resto mod stuff. It's taking stuff that we can barely afford as is, and then repurposing them for people that can spend 2 million quid on them. They're just, I don't.
Their
it just fucks me
interiors
off.
are lovely though.
They're
When I
lovely,
see
but
a Singer
they're
interior,
cutting up 930 turbos. Like, come on.
yeah.
Christmas present for 10 years' time is a Nardo Grey Singer 930.
If you give me anything in Nardo Grey, you will never see me again.
Oh, that's funny.
Audi have stopped offering their cars in Nardo Grey though, so shout out Audi. They still offer them in fucking grey, but not Nardo. They don't do Nardo anymore.
What's the grey called?
I don't, graphite or something. I can't bloody remember. Also, £71,000 for an RS3. What are you smoking?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Build your RS3 Sportback. Look at this. So, 70k for a Vorsprung.
They do not look very good.
No, they look so
They look like an
boring.
A1.
Oh my
They look
God.
like an A1. They look like an A1.
Sorry,
They do.
Taylor,
Like an A1.
I'm sure a Jibs-driven one. I've seen one be
Like, what is
hustled.
that?
They are good cars. Like, we need to say that.
I'm sure they're
good cars.
incredible. It's like
But
that five-cylinder
so
power
boring
plant.
to look at.
Yeah, that 5-cylinder power plant is one of the best engines they're currently
it's
making.
mega.
But they're about to put that in the Golf R, aren't they? So it's even less reason to have an
less
RS3.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, what is that front end?
It's so dull. It's so dull.
It doesn't
made it
even
up.
tell you
A
it's an
photo.
RS3 on the front at all.
No. May you please get a photo of the 2011 Audi RS3? It looks so much nicer.
Also, this interior
looks
is so
meatier.
boring. In Germany, you can get like coloured piping and like mood lighting, and here it's black. There's no brown. There's no grey. There's no cream. This is the only spec you can get your interior in. 2011 RS3, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
proper like boy racer.
yeah.
Yes.
So much better.
With the like chromy accents on the front.
So good.
Mega car. It looks meaty. It looks beefy.
Yeah.
I love how it squats when it pulls.
Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, no, the new styling's just stupid. I just don't get it. Don't get it at all. I'm excited to see what they do with the RS6 in this current styling, but I can't imagine it's going to be interesting, to be honest. I drove the new A6 with like no wing mirrors, and it's just miserable. It's just so
strange,
dull.
aren't they?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I will regularly see the new RS6 drive past, and I will completely miss it.
Is there? I didn't think there's a new RS6 yet.
Well, no, sorry.
The new A6.
most recent RS6.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They don't have the same.
So it's the 2024. These, yeah, they don't. No, these are pretty gangster, to be honest. These are growing on me a lot. Because these are about presence. It's about the arches. It's about seeing them in person to me.
They are nice and wide. If you get it in like a nice colour,
Yeah.
then
But Auto Trader, £140,000.
what?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They're expensive as shit, and it doesn't make any sense. Oh, 93, 122.
I hate the Audi RS6.
No,
Sorry?
the old RS6 was
No,
fantastic.
RS6 was the car for a very long time for me and all of my
the
friends.
previous generation RS6
Yeah,
with the like big rectangular rear headlights. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, these were the coolest shit ever.
Ultimate car.
My problem with the car
One older.
is all of the people love to tell you it's the best all-rounder. And I'm like,
But it is.
okay, no. But it's
Look, yeah,
always
I love it.
compromised. It's like the Golf. It's a great car, but it's a bit
I'd
too
rather have
heavy.
an RS4. I'd rather have an RS4.
I'd rather have an M, obviously, because I would suck the tip. But I feel like the Audi RS6, they always go, oh, it's just the best all-rounder. Okay, but nothing cool. It doesn't do anything exceptionally well. It's very good at lots of things, but it doesn't do anything exceptionally well. And that's why I struggle with it. I'd rather something that owns its space in one niche than it does. Or like I would rather it just be better at handling. And I could talk about that car forever and a day. But yeah, the owners are the ones that ruin it for me because they love to tell you that I've just cracked cars because I've got an RS6. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, it's
fuck
not an
off.
original
You're
thought,
boring.
is it?
No, yeah, exactly that. They think they're the first person to realise it.
Yeah.
That is horny. Is that the SP3? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the SP3 Daytona.
Fucking
yeah.
porn.
Yeah. So now with that, thank you, Bevan, for your. I don't know how
Big
we
up,
got to
Bevan.
where we ended
question.
up. Yeah, great
Keep 'em
question.
coming.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Keep 'em coming.
So before, so we're going to do a spot of the week. So we're all going to take a car that we've spotted in the last week, and the winner gets to pick what Top Gear episode we'll all be watching.
Oh, cool.
Before next episode.
But shall we also just say, just quickly,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Roscoe.
Oh yes, some honourable mentions. R.I.P. Roscoe, Lewis Hamilton's dog of 13 years
Genuinely
old, passed away
incredibly
today.
sad.
Yeah, really, really sad. He got all the care he could though. He had him on a bloody ventilator and everything. It's like the third or fourth time he'd caught pneumonia. So yeah, R.I.P. Roscoe, and the guy that made the Miata passed away as well. I can't remember his name.
Last week.
Shout out that guy. And Horizon
Was it
6 was
Mr.
confirmed.
Miata?
So big up Horizon 6. Are we excited for Horizon 6? Are you a gamer, Cav? You
No.
play the video games? No,
I'm
me
an
neither.
adult.
I don't play video games apart from whatever the new Horizon is and whatever the new GTA is are the only two games I play.
I would say the best Forza Horizon was the first one, and anyone that argues otherwise is lying.
Forza
It's
Horizon
all-
4 was in the UK though, so
It's all Japan, isn't it? The New Horizon.
it is all Japan,
Yes.
yes.
That's cool. That's cool.
And hopefully it's not as shit as the previous game because the map in the previous game was so dull.
All of the UI is just impossible.
Yes, and it's also like I remember being sat at school thinking about how I'm going to get the money together to maybe buy a Countach in Test Drive Unlimited. Right? I opened Forza Horizon 5 the other day and I had
10
two
million
emails. That's our hour up, lads. I had two emails. One of them was a Pagani Huayra and the other one was a Bugatti Chiron. And like, I want to work for my cars. I don't want everything to be gifted to me. There you go. Well,
we can talk about that for hours.
yeah. So there's our hour up. So I think this is perfect time to do spot of the week. Then we'll round it up and we will discuss what Top Gear episode we'll all be watching. So we'll start with James. So James has sent me this wonderful picture of. I'm going to go last because I've won. I've won this. So James has got this wonderful Celica or Celica. I don't know what we call these. Is this a GT4 or is this just a standard? This is just standard.
I
guys,
couldn't
isn't it?
see. So
it's just a standard. It's got some
The
chrome
reason
rims.
why, the reason why I chose it was those rims.
So like
I walked out of the
schnitzers.
supermarket.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I thought, oh, that's, nice and smart.
Yeah.
And then I saw the rims and I didn't want to judge because the man who owned it stood by it. But
Has he got
I
beads?
personally,
Yes.
I'm not the biggest fan of those rims. I'd be interested to see what everyone else thought.
I think they're horrible. I think they're absolutely
Okay.
god awful.
Cav?
I've just got so much respect for that parking that I'm almost about to forgive him for the wheels because he hasn't taken up 2 spaces.
No.
He's just bought himself some more inches
Yeah.
on the other side.
I
And
do
I've
love
just
that.
I've got
Yeah.
fucking...
I know.
Yeah.
Round of
You also
applause
had a
for
very,
that
very,
part.
Yeah, round of
very
applause for
random- yeah. You also had a very, very random scorpion sticker on his fuel filler cap.
Oh, nice.
Don't know why. But
Yeah.
Hey,
Also, that
if you own that car,
fitment, dreadful.
Yeah,
if you own that car,
It's just
shout out to
standard,
you.
isn't it?
I've always said, well, I've said it once, chrome wheels are allowed if the fitment
Yeah.
is good and
Yeah.
the fitment isn't good.
No.
So I'm going to give you half a point more for your parking than anything else.
Nice. Okay, so Cav, what was your contender for your spot of the week?
Spot of the week is
There we
a
go.
£12,000 Range Rover with what I'm assuming is a £250,000 number plate.
Oh my lord, Ben! Wow,
Oh, damn.
That is
That's pretty
fucking
cool.
cool way to say I've got loads of money. And that I guarantee he bought that brand new and he's just kept it because he's
Why is
just
that
got all
symbol?
of the money.
What's this symbol?
What
Is
is
this
that?
some like
That's a
overfinish
reflection of
thing?
the building, bro.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I think so.
Is it completely debadged? It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
I just
Interesting.
thought, fuck me, you're
Also,
never going to get a
on
number
the
plate that says
parking.
Ben Moore.
Just double
Well,
yellows
fuck
as
you.
well.
Yeah.
Where was that parked?
Oh, there.
Oh my God.
Babby's Hez. I don't know.
Babba's
Someone in
Hez?
London.
Meze. Oh my God. I'm blanking. It'll come to me. But yeah, just an ultimate. My name is Ben. I've got a Range Rover.
Yeah.
And I will park wherever the fuck I want.
And I
Ultimate
don't
Range
care
Rover
how many
wanker
tickets
there.
I get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I
I'll pay
like
him.
that. So I've gone for rarity on mine, and
Okay.
this was so I've seen a lot of cars. I've spotted a lot of cars. I sit at the side of the road and I spot lots of cars. So very rarely do I run across a car park to take pictures of a car. What I have here is a K12 Nissan Micra in breast cancer pink.
That's the Richard Hammond spec.
Yes, it's I've looked into this since. The name of the colour is breast cancer pink, and they made they made 100 for the world. There is 100 of these on the planet, and there is one here in the McDonald's. And the only time I've ever seen one in my entire life.
Good spot.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Because it's made for breast cancer, yeah, you do win.
Shout out.
Because that's a cool thing.
Okie dokes.
Wow.
If it was a convertible Micro, I'd be like, grow up. But big up, charity's doing good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So yeah, you
and also Richard Hammond spec. Richard Hammond spec.
Yeah,
like
big up Dickie Hammond.
Dickie Hammond. So before we get...
Are we going to keep... Sorry. Are we going to keep all of our episodes quiet and then say when we do finally win?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn it. Mine's so good.
So we'll get to my episode. We'll just say goodbye. Before we get to the Top Gear Watch Club, so if you want to see what episode of Top Gear we're going to all watch and come back to next week, just want to say subscribe for more. Cav's Instagram's in the description. I think James's might be. I don't know. James is a man of floating around in the ether with no trace.
I might make it.
Comment your questions. Do whatever. We'll see you next week with a Spotcast. And then a week after that, we'll be back for some more yapping. So yap
Lots
away.
of
Yarp. Okay. There also Jaguar was hacked, but we're just gonna wait because there's gonna be more stuff that's gonna come out.
They started production again today.
Have they really?
Yes.
Okay, so we can talk about. Okay, that's exciting. Okay, so my episode is somewhere. Season 9, episode 1. So this is interestingly the only episode to never be aired on Dave.
Great episode.
Yes, so this is
an Easter egg episode.
Yes, so this might be the least watched episode of Top Gear, even though it's one of, if not the most important episode of Top Gear. And it was the episode where Richard Hammond returned after his crash.
Oh, yeah, because he just sort of glossed over it, didn't he?
Yes.
He sort of mentioned it, said, I don't want to talk about that ever again, and cheerio.
If I can spell the number 9, I get some better images. So yes, this was they made a big fanfare of it. They watched the clip, and then Richard Hammond requested that it was never spoken about again. And as per that, in all omnibuses, all rewatches, it goes from season 8, episode 6 to season 9, episode 2, and this has never been aired since.
We learn something new every day.
So really cool episode. I'm very excited to rewatch it because I haven't watched it in a very long time. So if you want to watch... Sorry?
I'm sorry again for interrupting. Is it the one where they fix the road?
Yes, it is. They also have the... Because I saw a clip of this a while ago. I was like, I don't remember that at all. And it's because it was never on Dave. It was
like a Red Nose special or something.
Yeah, it was in an episode. They've just never aired it since. It's been aired twice. It was re-shown a few years afterwards, but it was never been on Dave, never been on.
But we can watch that now on BBC iPlayer.
That was on BBC iPlayer or wherever you guys want to find it. Tell us what you think about it in the comments, and we'll all sort of like a book club. Same time, 2 weeks. We'll do the news, we'll do the questions, and then we'll be right back to here, and we'll pick a new episode when I inevitably win the spot of the week.
Shut up.
Mega.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Pleasure.
This has been great fun.
Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in to yet another Automotive podcast. Gents, I can't wait for this to be a bi-weekly thing.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Can't come soon enough.
Yeah, gang shit. Well, bye, everybody. Hopefully there's some really interesting car news. Bye.
I don't know how we're going to end this, so goodbye.